Hi, we have today with us Sumit from Kreeo.com. Kreeo is a enterprise 2.0 in the area of collective intelligence. Let's hear from him like what exactly he has to tell. Tell us, Sumit, something more about Kreeo and what exactly you are doing.
See, Creo is a social computing platform, or what is referred to as by Andrew McAfee as emergent social software platform. So it's a technology platform which companies can use to develop enterprise 2.0 kind of solutions. We have a hybrid business model. We give our product as a free service to individuals through Creo.com. We also sell the same product to companies on license basis to help them manage knowledge in their ecosystem. So that is basically to be run from their own servers on their intranet kind of implementation.
How did you bump on this idea?
I think it was a lot of systematic thinking which went into, and for years I was wanting to be an entrepreneur. So almost 10 years before I took the plunge, I was working in the area of e-learning, knowledge management and analytics. So I had a lot of ideas about how a technology product in that space should work. And one fine day, through discussions and a lot of, I'll say, kind of research work I used to do, I bumped onto an idea to solve a certain problem related to information overload, or how information discovery or managing knowledge can be improved or enhanced from where it is today. After that, it's all history. So I just took the plunge, started the company, and we keep on evolving.
So what kind of challenges did you had to bring up to this level?
Many. Where shall we start from?
Some major ones.
Major ones, I think the first one was just taking the plunge itself. So, at what level, at what time, at what stage do you take the plunge? You leave your job and you're full time doing this. So that itself was a big challenge, and so the conventional wisdom, and I'm a first time entrepreneur, so I was always dependent on advice from other people and understanding about it. But finally what I did was what my heart said is, even after all that, so conventional wisdom, I would have arranged for money, I would have arranged for a team, I would have arranged a prototype, and then I would have taken a plunge. But that didn't really happen, and I hardly had any funds and all that. So I kind of, once I got confidence on my plans and all, I just took the plunge and get started from there. So that was the first thing. So I didn't know the technologies, I didn't have a prototype, so I had to learn some 6-7 technologies. I'm actually a consultant by profession as such, all my 10 years. But so I learned around 6 technologies to code in them. They were all contemporary, like Ajax, PHP, Linux and all that. And once I learned it, then the next challenge was how to get your prototype up. Whom do you pay? You have no money to pay.
Right.
So I kind of worked with the training institute, groomed my own team of people through mentoring and by teaching them the technologies that we need to use. And then I created the initial team of 3-4 guys from there. And by inviting a lot of freshers, young, bright freshers to the team. And myself and my director of technology, we were there to bring the experience part of it.
So what's the current roadmap for Kreeo or any other?
I think in the last 2 years, what we have done is we have developed a good team, a good product, and around half a dozen customers. We are. My motto for the last year was self-reliance. So we are self-reliant to the extent that we can manage our cost. And the motto for this year is. Last year also was kind of to remove our poverty as a startup. So we have removed our poverty. We are above poverty line now. So this year we'll enjoy our butter and jam. Bread is arranged.
Definitely your story is very inspiring to all our entrepreneurs, and the kind of growth path that you have achieved is really great. So what would you suggest, Sumit, to the budding entrepreneurs? What kind of cautions, precautions or no cautions they should take before jumping in and be an entrepreneur?
No, I think just we keep on talking about that calculated risk. So that calculated risk is when you know that there's nothing to lose and you have everything to gain. Maximum you lose is sometime a few years of not earning a salary and compromising on that. But eventually there is no other way to make your dreams come true. You have to take the plunge. So just take the plunge, not in a hurry, but also not too late. Don't spend too much time thinking about it. So if you're sure, your heart says, listen to as many people as you can, but do what your heart says. And as soon as your heart says that yes, I can make it, I can do it, just take the plunge. Rest everything will follow.
Good, good. So, how about some other aspects like finances or trademarks, patents? So, how are you guys thinking on those lines? What's your view
Yeah, I
on
think
that?
initially these are very important aspects of the business, but as a startup, you're always constrained because of capital, because of know-how. If I have to trademark, what should I trademark? What should I patent? Is there a need? On the other hand, there is the whole world is changing. We're talking about no software patents and all that. Software should not undergo patents. So copyrights become. So I think awareness and all that is required. You can always compromise on delaying it, but you should not go beyond that. So I think copyrights are the most important part of out of all of this. Patenting, I think you should always take some expert advice on what is right for you, because it's a money and time consuming process. And if the outcome or benefit is not that high for you, or let's say your idea itself is not patentable, even if you might spend the money, but it's not giving you any advantage. So expert advice or getting from people who know about the laws across different countries, whether patenting in India is good or abroad is good, or we should do both and all that. So requires that kind of thing. You might ignore it for the first 1 year, but I suggest that we should get into it and do it more seriously.
Thanks, Sumit. Thanks a lot. And we at eLagaan wish you all success.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.